Welcome, friends, to our Tuesday's practice titled Yoga Moving Forward. So for this month, we are exploring opposite energies. So in yoga, we come to the balance with front of the body, back of the body, left of the body, right of the body, through center. So this whole month, we're going to be exploring the balance of yin-yang, those balance of opposites, and learning a little bit about the qualities of yin and yang. So let's start together with the title. So what does I name this title? It starts in yin. So yin is relatively quiet, still, and close to the ground. So welcome to class. I'm going to meet you on the mat, close to the ground. So as you come down with your knees bent, grab a hold of that 2-inch block or blanket. Right, and it starts right away with maybe something underneath your head, whatever brings you comfort. And then let's place the prop underneath the pelvis. Okay, so it starts in yin. So maybe close your eyes and just take a few breathing cycles here. Simply observing, building that mindfulness skill. Okay, now we're going to start to turn our attention outward, so a little more yang. As you inhale, this is the neutral place, the centered place, so breathe into your body. And then when you're ready to exhale, turn your head to the left and exhale out your mouth, a little bit audible. Inhale rolls you back into the center. And this time, when you're ready to exhale, blow out your mouth as you turn your head to the right, as if you were blowing on a hot piece of food. Ease your way back into the center. Okay, just continue over to the left. All right, relax back into the center. Over to the right. All right, just one more round. All right, a little bit yin, a little bit yang. Okay, the next time you come back into the center, draw your elbows into your sides with your fingertips up. So that yang energy is firming energy. So what I'd like you to do is lightly firm the back of your arms and shoulders into the earth. So a little firm press, you'll feel your chest broaden a little bit, and then soften. So the softening is the yin. And do those a couple more times, just a little pulsing. Press into the earth, feel your chest open, and then softening. All right, paying attention to the sensation in the body. Okay, now pause. Now release that that pushing of the arms as you lift your pelvis straight up. Right, so lift the pelvis straight up. Right, find your comfortable bridge pose. And so now from this place, start to press your knees forward. Start to engage your legs. Start to lightly press down on your elbows. Okay, so feel the active body, top and bottom. Make sure you're not making it too yang, but finding a place where you can feel your musculature without overwhelming. And then we're going to add a breathing practice to this. We're going to add lion's breath. As you inhale and you're ready to exhale, open your mouth, stick your tongue out, and make a fiery noise. And just one more. Soften. And then release the body down back onto the block. Let your body melt into the earth. Release all of that tension. All right, so just dropping into stillness, that little more yin. Okay, let's have one more round. Elbows by your sides, fingertips up. Lift the pelvis up. Okay, let's start at the bottom. Start to press your knees forward, lifting the pelvis. You can start to feel the ribs lift. And then press your elbows lightly into the earth so you can start to feel your chest broaden. Okay, notice what's happening in your abdomen area. And now let's add 2 rounds of lion's breath. Smooth it out. Notice where your breath goes. Okay, once completed, lower the pelvis down, slide the block or the prop out from underneath the pelvis. Pause in constructive rest for a moment. Okay, before we start the next one, it starts in a little yin, so let everything settle. Okay, now let's begin. Let's have that somatic movement called curl up. Interlace your hands behind your head. Okay, so we all breathe at different rhythms here. Let's do the first one together, and then you'll do maybe 4 to 6 rounds. Okay, as you inhale, arch your back a little bit. And then when you're ready to exhale, ease your spine down. Draw your elbows together and then curl your elbows towards your knees, finishing up your exhale. All right, inhale will lower you down, open your elbows, and a little bit of an arch. Okay, observe yourself move between these 2 places. Feel yourself breathe. All right, use your mind to pay attention, yang. And then noticing the body sensation as you move, right? That balance of yin and yang. Okay, when that feels about right, release your arms down by your sides. It starts in yin, so just pause here for a moment. Right? So notice what's here. Right? Notice your thoughts. Right? Maybe notice any body tension that's holding. And then let's start that butterfly series. Walk your feet together so the inner edges of the feet are together. And then slowly, which is a little more yin, drop your knees out to the sides as you're softening your leg muscles. You can even use your hands to help guide. They don't have to go very far. We just want to open slowly. Okay, and then once you've hit that open place, take a breath in. And then as you exhale, draw your knees together, firm your abdominals, and firm your legs together. So get a little squeeze all the way to the buttock when your legs come together. Okay, let's do a couple of rounds of that. Inhale is softening, right? So a little more yin, soften, feel yourself let go. And just drop into your natural breathing. So you're not trying to force your inhale to last a long time. Just let your natural breathing. Okay, when you get to your bottom, take a breath in. Okay, exhale, firm it back up. Feel your core muscles. Last time, give yourself your full attention. Right, you might start to notice you're able to access that deep abdominal muscles, that transverse abdominis that helps stabilize the body. Okay, let the legs soften. Now we're going to combine. Interlace your hands behind your head. Draw your elbows together. Okay, so I call this one top and bottom butterfly. And then let's begin. Open the elbows out to the side. Open your knees slowly. Arch your back if that works for you. And then when you're ready to exhale, firm the legs together, firm the elbows together. Give the elbows a little squeeze, right? It'll drop the chin down a little bit. And then take a few rounds. Okay, top and bottom butterfly. Roll into a little back arch. And then firm it all together. Elbows and knees, abdominals come up and in. Okay, a couple more. So upper body is yang. Lower body is yin. All right, finding the balance, moving them both together. And the next time you finish an exhale, just release the movement and draw the left knee in towards your body. And then slide the right leg out. Okay, so there's a couple of caveats here. We're going to start moving into a leg lifting series. And when we begin doing those little leg lifts, we're going to coordinate that Viloma breath on the inhale. So that means against the grain. We'll have 3 little short inhales and you'll use that to coordinate the leg lift. But if it starts to get too muddled for the brain, no worries, just let yourself breathe and leg lift. Okay, so it starts in a little yin. Relax your body. Okay, let's be curious. Take a breath into your body. As you exhale, pull that left knee in towards your body. Lift the right leg just off the floor a little bit. Okay, now you're going to pulse that right leg with 3 little sniffs of the inhale. So it's lift, lift, lift. Lower it down, relax it all the way down. Exhale, pull that left knee into your chest. Okay, let's try that center line one more time. Breathe in. Breathe out, lift that leg a little bit. Okay, 3 little leg lifts. Long exhale, release down. Pull that left knee in. Right, just notice a little more room is happening as that knee is getting closer to your body. Okay, so here's the next position. We're going to externally rotate the leg. That means we're going to turn the foot out to the right the next time we lift. Okay, so take a breath in. Exhale, lift that right leg up a little bit. Then turn your foot out towards the right. So there's a little external rotation. And then those 3 little leg lifts. Let the leg come back into neutral. Lower it all down. Pull your knee into your chest. Right? You might have to start to bring the knee out towards the armpit. Okay, just notice how much room has opened up in the hip area than when we first started. Okay, so here's the last round. This one turns the leg bone internally. Okay, so take a breath in. Exhale, lift that leg just a little bit and turn your leg bone inward so foot goes to the left. 3 little sniffs and leg lifts. Let it swing back into neutral, lower it down. Okay, release that left leg. Take a full body stretch. Okay, so stretching top and bottom. And once again, it starts in yin. Gather that right knee into your chest. Okay, just pause here for a moment. Let it be as relaxed as you can. Just stretching the low back and softening. Okay, let's start to add a little bit of that yang heated energy. Take a breath in. Exhale, pull that right knee in, lift that that left leg up. Okay, 3 little sniffs to the center, leg lifts. Lower it down, exhale fully, pull your knee into your chest once your leg has relaxed down. Begin again, breathe. Exhale, firm and lift, same center line. 3 little pulses. Let it go. Pull it in. Okay, here's the next variation. Exhale to lift. Turn your foot out towards the left, so you're externally rotating that leg bone. 3 little lifts. Relax lower down, back into the center. Pull your knee in towards your armpit. Last round. Lift. Turn the foot towards the midline, so you're internally rotating that femur bone. Little lifts. Relaxed exhale down. Pull that knee out towards that armpit. All right, notice the release that's happened through the hip area. All right, so basically we found the balance of strengthening through that hip flexor and creating a little bit of flexibility through that hip flexor. Okay, last time, take that full body stretch. Okay, you might have to bring your playful attitude with you here. This one is from Katie Bowman, and it is a core exercise. So without using your hands or legs, or the least amount of hands and leg support, you're going to roll your body to the front of your body. Okay, so you kind of like lift from your center. It's hard to do. So you lift, maybe you bend your legs a little bit, and then roll to your belly. And then try that one more time. Okay, so roll back. Right, notice if the mind has gotten critical, just let yourself be a little playful, and then one more time. Roll yourself to your belly. Whole body movement. And then once you get there, it starts in yin again. Draw yourself back into a child's pose shape. So just let the body drop into stillness. Let the body grow heavy. And so those qualities of yin. Become aware of your breath. Okay, let's ease the body into an all-four shape. And this is where you have the blocks handy nearby. Okay, let's have a side bend movement. So hitch the hip up on the right, and then bend the right shoulder down towards the right hip, and then wag your tail over to the other side. All right, so just smooth the movement out left and right, a little yin, a little yang. And you might find one side bends a little easier than the other. Just come into open awareness without judging or criticizing. Okay, now let's ease into the center. Let's start to add a little bit of core and spinal care. As you inhale, send that right leg long. Okay, so send it long. Maybe the toes hover just above the earth. Doesn't have to be very high. When you're ready to exhale, you're going to pull your knee in towards the center line and drop your nose down towards your knees. So firm everything as you breathe out. As you breathe in, lengthen it out. And repeat that a couple more times. And the next time you lengthen out, let your toe find the earth, and then let's open up into a side plank. Okay, so find your balance. Right, if you feel stable, maybe you lift the leg. Right, maybe you're interested in reaching in opposite directions, so top arm reaches above your head while your foot reaches towards the wall. Right, just be curious how you're breathing. Okay, now let's ease out of this strength shape. And then options. Drop down onto your elbows, let the tailbone be upward, and relax the head. So this is more like a puppy pose shape. Or if you'd like the tailbone up a little higher, finding a downward dog shape. All right, so both of them, tails up. All right, so yin and yang are relational. Right, something is a little more yin only compared to something that is yang, and vice versa. Feel yourself breathe. Okay, now let's ease back into that all four shape. Slide that left leg out, and let's find the other side. Breathe in. Exhale, curl that knee in, nose to knee. Okay, take a few rounds. Find the long line as you reach out. And then contract your abdomen as you draw your knee in. Okay, so moving is yang. Let's slow it down a little bit. Let your foot come down. And then open up into the side plank. All right, so pause, find your balance first. All right, so this would be more yin, just finding stillness and your balance. And then make it a little more yang. Begin to lift the leg, energize your leg. Reach your arm. You want to energize it a little bit more. You can reach that top arm over your head as if you were reaching for the wall. All right, so leg is reaching down, arm is reaching up. All right, notice how that changes the energy of this side plank. Take a breath in and take a breath out. One more. Okay, let your leg come down, let your arm come down. Child's pose or downward facing dog. Maybe you're going to take that same one with me where your forearms come down and your tailbone goes up. All right, so still yang in a child's pose or a puppy pose versus downward facing dog. To child's pose. Just allow yourself to let go just a little bit. All right, sense your spine, that center line. Okay, now let's all join together on all fours. Grab a hold of the two blocks or bring your body close to a piece of furniture, an ottoman. Place the blocks on the high side. So we're going to be lifted. All right, so upward is yang. And let's start with the left leg. You're going to step that left leg forward. So pull that left knee forward and step that left leg forward. Okay, give yourself some time. Right, maybe you walk over to a piece of furniture. Okay, turn the toe under in the back and lift your tailbone up and back. Okay, so we're going to start to shift into that pyramid shape. Notice any areas of tension and tightness and see if you can soften. Breathe. Just bringing in that yin quality of stillness to open the body. Okay, let's release. Bend into the front knee, lower the back knee, draw the front leg back. And let's find the other side. All right, so step that right leg through. No rushing. Okay, when you're ready, turn the toe under in the back, lift your tailbone up and back and ease into that pyramid shape. All right, so sensing a little push through that front leg. Just becoming aware of the sensation on this side of the body versus the other side of the body. Okay, it's a little more yin here. Take another breath. Okay, now let's ease out of the pose and make our way to standing. Okay, so once you arrive, let your legs be just outside your hips. I call this one gathering up. So put a little bend in your knees, holding that energy ball. gather the energy around you. So circle your arms around. So take in and gather up. And then let it go, release through the center. Okay, one more like that. Gather it up. Okay, pause here. So it starts in yin. I want you to think about your feet and grounding those three corners. So underneath the big toe in the ball mound, underneath the pinky toe in the ball mound, maybe lift your toes to feel that. And then the center of the heel, right? So feel those 3 points as being grounded. And then place your toes down. And then they'll have one more round with that grounding feeling. Okay, so here we go. Gather it up and release it down. Okay, all of practice for this month will have a little extra balance. So from here, shift the weight to the balls of your feet and lift your heels. All right, so it doesn't have to go very high, just feel yourself balancing. Okay, ease your heels down. Circle sweep your arms around, gather it up, lift your heels lightly. And then lower your heels and your hands. Okay, one more. Yang energy goes up, lift your heels. Yin energy goes down, lower your heels. Release the movement, stand steady in tall mountain. And so sense your ears over your shoulders, sense the length in your spine. And then let's add one more balance. So shift the weight to the balls of your feet. Lift your heels up just a little bit. Okay, notice all the activity that's happening in your feet and your ankles and your legs. Okay, release out of the balance, step your legs wide. And then moving into that goddess pose shape or horse stance. And then draw the elbows into gate post or goal post. Okay, let's begin twisting. Let's find the sequence first. You're going to take your left elbow over to the right elbow. Come back through the center, maybe bend down just a little bit. And then take the right elbow over to the left elbow, so it's a twisting. And come back through the center. Okay, now we're all going to be moving at our own paces. Just let your breath be natural as you bring one to one side, ground down through the center, and over to the other side. Okay, move as fast or as slowly as you'd like. Just feel your body twisting and grounding. Right, so moving is yang. The next time you come through the center, we're going to make it a little more yin. Relax your arms down. Maybe walk your feet in just a little bit. Okay, pause here. Feel your legs. And then begin shifting the weight to the balls of your feet. Okay, so lifting your heels. Here's that little extra balance. Okay, just notice. Right, and it's okay if your heels come down, just allow yourself to try again. Make sure you're breathing. Okay, release the balance. Let's find mountain with a little bit of propping in front. All right, so maybe you move yourself to a piece of furniture, or maybe you put the blocks on the high side in front of you. Okay, so here's where it begins. Reach your arms upward, yang. Press your feet downward, yin. Breathe in. When you're ready to exhale, put a little bend in your knees and sweep your arms behind you into an airplane chair. Stay in your legs and then sweep your arms forward into a classical chair. And then nice and easy, drop your hands down to the support, to the blocks or to an ottoman, and then return back into standing. Okay, so pay attention, make it knee friendly for you. And then let's begin again. Reach your arms up, press your feet down. Sweep it into that airplane chair. Sweep the arms forward, maybe sit a little deeper into the chair. And then release your arms down to the props, just tap on the props. Return to standing. Okay, pause here, just notice the energy in your body. Right, so it starts in a little yin. Okay, now let's begin to add on. Reach your arms up, press your feet down. Yin and yang. Sweep into that airplane chair. Arms forward. Arms down, grab a hold of the props, step your right leg back into a lunge. Okay, once you've found the lunge place, we're going to use this shape to transition into that pyramid pose. So push down through that front foot and shift your tailbone backward. Just notice this pyramid versus the other pyramid that we had. Sense your body. Okay, let's get ready to move. Soften the front knee. Step your leg forward. Press right up into standing mountain. Okay, it starts in yin, so let yourself find your stable, steady place. Let's begin. Reach top and bottom, breathe in. Sweep it into that airplane chair. Reach your arms forward. Release your hands down to the propping. Coordinate, step the left leg back. And then once you found your balance place, press through that front foot and shift back into that pyramid shape. Keep pressing through that front foot. And allow your spine to lengthen and to lift. Right, drop into open awareness using your mind, that yang quality. Just drop into open awareness to the sensation. Right, be curious about how you're breathing. Okay, put a little bend in that front knee, step forward. Return once again to mountain. And then step your legs a little bit wide. And I call this one removing a shirt. So cross your left wrist over your right wrist. Okay, and then maybe put your thumb and your index fingers together in that OK mudra. And then when you're ready to inhale, lift your elbows up and then open, little bend in the knees. Okay, stay with that right wrist on top 2 more times. Lift up, just notice where it goes. Easing it down. Upward. Downward. Cross the right wrist over the left, and then notice the difference on this side. Up. Down. 2 more. Okay, and then release. I have one shoulder that definitely feels a little clunkier than the other. So just interesting, left and right side of the body. Draw your feet more towards the center line. And we're going to come back into another balance pose. So whatever you want to do with your arms, I like to kind of anchor mine on my hips. Let's start by shifting the weight into the left leg. So shift the weight into the left leg, ground down, and then sweep that right toe forward. Okay, so just sweeping that right toe forward. Keep your chest lifted. Okay, so here it is. You're going to have 3 little pulses lifting that right leg. 1, 2, 3. Let the toe come down. Externally rotate that femur bone. So you're going to take that femur bone out to the side. So toes fan out to the side. And then here's those little leg lifts. 1, 2, 3. Place it down. Turn that leg bone internally. I think this one is the hard one. And lift. 1, 2, 3. Take it back to the center. Draw it back. Take a breath into your body. Let's go to the other side. Slide that left leg forward. Okay, feel the stability of your standing leg. Maybe squeeze on your buttock muscles to help stabilize. And then 3 little lifts center. Out to the side. And towards that midline. Okay, back into neutral, slide it back. Gather it up and around, lift your heels, and then release everything down to the earth, your palms, your heels. Okay, gather up what you need, lift, release what you don't, lower. One more. And now let's release the standing practice and come directly down onto the earth. So once again, let's get close to the earth. And give yourself a moment to arrive. Remember, it starts in yin, so just let your attention turn inward and sense the heaviness of your body. Just releasing that tension. Okay, so now let's do those opposites with a left and right. Start with the right side of the body. Begin pressing the right knee forward. So press that right knee forward. You're going to feel your right hip roll up a little bit with it. Let it go slow. So let it be a little more yin. Let it be slow. Notice where you feel it, that deep core activation. And then soften. Let the pelvis roll back into the center. Okay, take a breath. Slow ride on your exhale. Right knee forward, right hip rolls up. Give yourself time to make those deep core connections. And release. And one more. All right, using the sides of the body to connect to the center. Okay, pause in the center. It starts in yin. Just take a breath. Over to the left. Begin pressing that left knee forward slowly. Left hip rides up with that. Go all the way to the end of your exhale, slow. And then release the pelvis back into neutral. Breathe in. Okay, give yourself your full attention. Two more. Where do you feel it in your body? How does the sensation move and change? Okay, once you've completed, draw both knees into your chest and then start to let the bottoms of the feet come together as your knees come out into that butterfly shape. And maybe you just rock from side to side from here, or maybe you move into that happy baby shape where you hold the bottoms of your feet. And then just make sure you're not fighting yourself. Just allow that harmony or that sense of ease to be present. And so that's what that balance is, coming to that centeredness. where we're not fighting against ourselves, against our mind or against our body. Okay, let's release out of whatever shape you're in. Let your feet come down. And then once again, take a full body stretch. And now let's start to make our way into that last posture of class. And find that resting pose. All right, so maybe a little propping behind the knees or behind the head. So before we drop into those still waters of yin, let's make it just a little yang. Squeeze on both buttock. Okay, squeeze on both buttock and release. Repeat that 2 more times. Give yourself time to sense the sensation of those gluteal muscles engaging. All right, so the top of the glutes, the bottom of the glutes, give them a little squeeze. And then sense the relaxation or the softening. Okay, one more. Okay, start to let your attention turn inward. Sense the heaviness of the body. Sensing that downward energy with gravity, just gently pulling you to the earth. Just let the breath grow light. And then from this place of stillness, just notice the movement of the deep waters below the surface. Ebbing and flowing. Relaxing and letting go. Rest. Take a deeper breath into your body. Maybe move your body. Okay, and if you'd like to join me with closing class with 3 chants of Om, come to a tall seat. right? This beautiful practice of yoga that allows us to find our balance place or centeredness with those pairs of opposites. Okay, formulate an intention that you'd like to bring forward. Prepare. Om. 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 The light in me sees the light in you. Namaste.